So if you're part of the class of 2026 or graduating anywhere around then, you're going to want to listen to this. Because let's be real, the career advice your parents got, even the stuff you heard in freshman year, it's pretty much obsolete. Today, we're talking about how to actually navigate this brand new AI-driven world and build a career that's built to last. So let's meet this person. They could be you. They represent a whole generation that was promised a clear-cut path. Go to school, get a good job, climb the ladder. But as they're getting ready to start climbing, they're finding out that the ladder itself, well, it's just not there anymore. It's been completely reshaped by AI. All right, let's just get right to it with a number that tells the whole story. 35%. That's the drop in entry-level job postings in the US over just the last 18 months. I mean, that's not a little dip. That is a massive, seismic shift. And yet, AI is the main character in this story. The rules of the game have totally changed. And this creates a really weird situation, right? A paradox. On one hand, the economy is actually growing. But on the other, those classic ways to get your foot in the door, those career on-ramps, they're just disappearing. So what's going on here? Take a look at this table, because it really lays out the contradiction. You look at the left column, and it's all green lights. GDP's up, investment in AI is through the roof. We're even supposed to see a net gain of 78 million new jobs globally. Looks great, right? But then, you look at the right, and that's the reality for young people. Entry-level hiring, down. Wages and jobs that AI can touch, getting squeezed. And that whole idea of learning by doing the basic stuff, well, the basic stuff is now getting automated. So what does all this mean? It means the very idea of a first job has been totally flipped on its head. It's a fundamental shift. You're no longer being hired to be a doer, you're being hired to be a director. And here's the absolute core of that shift. In the past, you got hired to do the tasks. Drafting that first email, writing the boring, repetitive code, plugging in data manually. But now, your value is all about your judgment. You're reviewing what the AI drafts. You're debugging the code it writes. And, this is the big one, you're validating and questioning what the machine comes up with. The doing is automated. The thinking, that's your job now. Okay, so if your new job title is basically AI director, what's in your toolkit? What do you actually need to learn to be good at that job? Well, it comes down to what we're calling the modern toolkit, which has 4 essential layers of AI literacy. Let's break them down. First up, interpretation and decision-making. Can you look at what an AI spits out and turn it into a smart business move? That's number 1. Number 2, responsible AI. This is huge and it's not optional. You have to get the ethics, the bias, and how to use this stuff without causing problems. Third, the techie stuff. You don't have to be a world-class coder, but you need to know enough Python or SQL to actually plug these tools in and make them work together. And finally, the 4th layer, and this is where it gets really cool, agentic workflows. This is about learning how to manage teams of AIs to get complex stuff done. And look, this isn't just theory. This is what actual leaders in the business world are saying they want. Notice what's at the top of the list. It's not be an expert programmer. Nope. It's things like data-driven decision-making, being able to understand what the data is telling you, and yeah, AI ethics. They want thinkers, people with judgment, not just operators. All right, so you go out, you learn these skills, fantastic. But how do you actually prove you have them? I mean, anyone can have an AI write a killer cover letter now, right? Your standard resume just doesn't carry the same weight anymore. You need something more. The answer is right here. You prove it with a portfolio, with real projects. Don't just write AI skills on a piece of paper. Build something. Build a knowledge base that shows you know how to stop an LLM from making stuff up. Create a little multi-agent assistant that automates a real workflow. These projects send a massive signal to employers that says, hey, I don't just know the buzzwords, I can actually do this. And this quote just nails it. A couple of finished, documented projects that actually work, that's worth way more than a hard drive full of half-finished experiments. It's all about proof of work. That's the new currency. That's what gets you in the door. Okay, but this whole shift, it's not just about learning a new tool. It's a huge mental game too. We have to talk about the psychological side of this, about building the inner compass, the resilience you're going to need to surf this wave of constant change without getting wiped out. And this framework, the CR5 rubric, is like your mental compass for this new world. It's about 5 key things. Can you sift through all the noise an AI generates and find the one signal that actually matters? When everything's a mess, can you still frame a decision clearly? Can you stop and do a quick ethics check before you hit go? Can you recover when you're under pressure? And, maybe most important of all, can you talk to your human teammates to see if what the algorithm is saying even makes sense in the real world? This is something you can literally start doing right now. It's called awareness, pause, reframe. So you're feeling the stress, a deadline, some harsh feedback, whatever. Step 1, awareness. Just notice it. That's all. Step 2, pause. Seriously, just take one deep breath. Create a tiny bit of space between the thing that happened and how you react. And step 3, reframe. Flip the script in your head from, why is this happening to me, to, okay, what can I learn here? It's simple, but it is incredibly powerful. So, if we boil this whole thing down to one core idea, this is it. AI is an incredible tool for execution. It does the tasks with superhuman speed. But you're the one who defines the purpose. You're the one with the judgment, the creativity, the direction. That is the human advantage, and it's not going anywhere. Look, at the end of the day, AI can help you brainstorm a career path. It can help build your portfolio. It can do a ton of the heavy lifting. But there's one thing it can't do. It can't tell you where you're going. That part is still all on you. So the real question isn't what's AI going to do next. The real question is, what are you going to build?